What is up, YouTube? How's everybody out there doing today? I hope you guys are having a fabulous freaking day. As you can see behind me, we have Ghost on the lift. We're going to be talking about what is going on with this damn car. But I discussed in my previous video that my wideband was shot, so I ended up getting a new wideband from Innovate Motorsports. I don't know what brand this wideband is, but it doesn't seem to be working correctly. With some logging, I also found out that my O2s are completely shot and not working as well. So that's a problem. That's a problem. So what we need to do is, the very first thing I'm going to do is obviously I'm going to put my new wideband in, which is right here actually. New Motorsports, Innovate Motorsports Bosch wideband. I don't know if the other one's a Bosch. I'll have to see to find out. And then we're also replacing the O2s with some Bosch part number 13111, which are really, really long. I'm just going to wrap them up. I currently have stock short ones on here, if you guys can see. Maybe you can. They're just the shorties. Obviously you guys are going to look at this one here and you're going to be like, Andy, that O2 sensor is upside down and it's on the bottom of the pipe. Unfortunately, that's just the way this kit's designed. It works, but I can expect that O2 to probably take a shit on me often, to be honest. It's probably going to take a shit on me often compared to the passenger side O2, but I definitely need to replace the wideband as well. Since we have them up on the lift, we're going to look at some other things here as well, since this has been a long time since I had it up on the lift. So we obviously have the Midwest chassis Fab 9. I've had that in there for, gosh, going on 10 years I've had this in here. Made some minor repairs in different places. Got the BMR anti-roll bar hooked up on here as well. Great company. Check them out in the link description below, or description in the link in the description below. I've had these iBox springs on here for ages with the freaking what do you call it, the airbag, which is my fills right there. I don't fill it up anymore. Got some good old comp engineering shocks back there, or yeah, competition engineering shocks. I've had these shocks on this car for God knows how freaking long. My little stupid fuel filter, I've got 6AN line going up, 6AN line coming back, and I need to upgrade to 8AN, obviously, because that 6AN is just not cutting it anymore. So I definitely need to upgrade to 8AN, or 10AN at the very least. A couple of oil leaks here and there. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. Oh man, I'll tell you what a shit show this car is. I'm not even lying. What a shit show this car is, man. My spec blow-proof bell housing that makes my throwout bearing sound like a bell that's going off all the time. And my aftermarket drive shaft which was hitting my, I don't know what that was hitting. It was hitting something. And no, I do not have a drive shaft loop on this vehicle at the time. One of these days I will get one, because I know if this drive shaft ever breaks, it's not going to be pretty. But I've done some crazy shit with this drive shaft. I forget who built this. I can't remember if it was an aftermarket company or if it was a local company that built this drive shaft for me, but it is stuck in there, as you can tell. But it hasn't broke on me yet. All the launching I've done, and I'm okay with that, to be honest. I'm okay. Got my cracked rotors. Look at them cracks in those power stop rotors. I've had these power stop rotors for, this is probably such a safety hazard, it's not even funny. I've had these power stop rotors ever since I bought, they've been on here for literally 15 years. They had to have been on here for literally 15 years. The back ones are working out fine. So power stop, if you're watching this, I need another set of rotors if you want to, you know, hook a brother up. But other than that, the Huron Speed kit with the 6-inch intercooler up here, everything's staying nice and tight. Everything's working the way it's supposed to be working. My 2 Huron Speed blow-off valves up and there. Got some heat tape on my intercooler piping here. Let's see, make sure that's all good to go. No cracks, no drips, no errors. Everything looks good there. And my 5-inch pipe coming out my bumper there. That's doing good. My down here is not doing so good. This is all ceramic coated and wrapped. The ceramic coat is actually holding up pretty damn well. Polyurethane mounts and everything. I really can't complain about the setup. This setup's a really good setup. As you can see, it actually sits really nice up into the car. That way there's no risk of hitting it if you go over a speed bump or something of that nature. It's always worked out really good. And yes, I am running 100% complete factory shocks with iBox springs up there. You can see the blue spring, that's an iBox spring. The springs and the shocks are literally stock on this car. And they've been on here for 20 plus years, or well, 20 years at least on this car. So we're gonna go ahead and clean up some of this mess under here. Some of this oilage that I got, some drippage. Got some drippage up here, got my cylinders up here. I'm going to cut some stuff. Well, cut the lines, the tie wraps and everything, so we can get these two O2 sensors out and put the new ones in. And hopefully, I think they might have went bad when I was using E85, because the E85 has some water in it. Now I'm just running fuel. I think that's one of the reasons they went bad, was because I was running E85. And E85, especially this one here, I probably took that one out pretty damn quick, to be honest. Probably took that out pretty damn quick. But well, let's get the new ones in, guys. Well, I don't know if it's bad or not, but we're gonna put new ones in anyway, so get that one out. Shot O2 sensor here. This is not a Bosch. As you can see, there's no markings on it, so it's definitely not a Bosch O2 sensor. That's probably why it failed. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that was the thingy. Yeah, I think that's bad too. I think that thing's toast. I guess the saying is true. Definitely use high quality parts. And never cheap out on the cheap parts. Because the cheap parts are just going to cause you problems. Obviously, like this. Got one more O2 sensor to take out. That one. Get my wire band in. So, I'll need my other tool for this other O2 sensor up here. Just because, there we go. That goes there. I definitely gotta get this one out here somehow. Kind of a pain in the ass because it is in an awkward position up here, which means it's kind of hard to get to. There we go. Right over there. I have the other two, I don't know where it's at. Okay, there we go. We got her out. Which means if we got her out, we can definitely get her back in. Doesn't look bad, but I think these are stock. I don't think I ever replaced these when I built the car, to be honest. That's okay. That is okie dokie. That's okie dokie. Because this sucker is, there we go. It's kind of a pain in the ass. To be honest. Mainly because it's so damn long. Obviously, step number 2 is reattaching everything, tie wrapping this all up. That way it's not in the way and getting burnt to hell. And then we should be good to go. So let's get that done. All right, so we have our scanner all set up here. We're gonna go into the vehicle and put my laptop in here. Everything's tied up underneath the car, which is freaking awesome. Hopefully you guys can see me. We're gonna go ahead and plug our HP tuners in here. God, either I'm getting shorter or I'm getting fatter. I don't know what's what yet. So once I get the car running, we're gonna hopefully have a wideband that works, and hopefully we'll see some action on our O2 sensors and they're not shot, or something else ain't going on here. Technically this car should start up pretty easy here. Let's see. I'm definitely getting fatter. Come on, play, or record. We gotta send a log. Put my e-brake up here. Okay, my wideband is reading 22.4, which is a good thing. Am I recording? Should be recording. Ah, now I'm recording. My map sensor's doing weird shit. Let's start her up. Oh yeah. She definitely fired up a lot better. A lot better. Let's see if our O2s are working. Oh yeah, there we go, they're starting to. They gotta get warmed up though, just like the O2 sensor wideband. So I've got activity on my O2s, which is a plus. I have some activity on my wideband, 7.4, it's kind of weird. That's what the other wideband was doing too, which was very, very weird. Well, it looks like, at least it looks like my O2s are working. We're gonna let them warm up. Hopefully this does something. It's so weird that that's doing that. I might have to look up the instructions and make sure the O2 is set up correctly, or the wideband set up correctly. It definitely started up a million times better than what it did before. It never started up that fast before, and it probably has a lot to do with the O2s finally starting to work. So once the O2s start heating up, we should start seeing them go from 0.900 volts down to 0.200 volts, back up to 0.900 volts again. So yeah. Yep. Little tuning action for you here, guys. After duty cycle. ECTs ain't even warmed up yet. We're only at 102, 104. So the car definitely needs to warm up a lot. I wonder where the throttle response is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the throttle response is 10 times better. 10 times better than what it was. I bet them O2s were probably a majority of my problem. Now I just gotta figure out why my wideband is doing that. That's weird. I don't know why my wideband's acting all funny. Maybe something needs to be set up in it. I'm not really sure. So that tells me the other wideband was good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that wideband in a box and save it. I'll let this thing warm up a little bit. It's at 115 right now. I'm gonna let it get up to like 160, 170 here. We'll be right back. Well, we might have some major issues here with this car, I don't know. But she is smoking. She's definitely smoking. it's running overly rich, overly lean, but it's smoking like it's smoking its ass off. We're up to 176 temperature, as you can see, 174. My LTFTs are finally working, 8.6. That's a good thing. But look how much it's smoking. We're gonna shut it off. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at this, guys. I don't know what the hell's going on with this poor thing, but she is definitely smoking her ass off. Definitely smoking her ass off. That's not good. That is not good, and it smoked up the entire shop. Look at this. Look at the smoke going out the shop. Right there. Let's go outside and take a look at it. I'm hoping it's just like an overfueling issue, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's cobwebs in it that need to come out. I don't know. Maybe you can't see it, I don't know. But yeah, she's definitely, something's going on here. Something's going on here. Maybe I'll pull the valve covers off and see if I have a loose rocker like what happened before, and it's filling up my intake and dumping the fuel on the other side. That could be a case there. That could be a problem. That's what was happening before with the E85. The rocker came off of this head, dislodged the push rod, and this intake runner right here was filling completely up with water, or E85, I'm sorry, completely up with E85, dumping into the intake and then coming over this side here, and it was causing it to smoke its ass off bad, just like it's doing now. As you can see in here, it's not oil. Like, you can see the grayness. It's definitely not oil that's getting past the rings or anything. It's either, like I said, you know, either an overfueling issue with the car itself, or maybe we have another issue going on over here to where, you know, something's not right when it comes down to the fuel going into every cylinder equally. I'm not really sure. It is kind of frustrating. I mean, it starts up fine, it drives fine for the most part, and maybe it is just a fueling issue. It's hard to say. Hopefully I didn't do any really bad damage to this car, but like I said, I don't, you can see the smoke coming in, blowing in the door and shit. Look at that. Hopefully it's not anything crazy and I don't have to pull this motor, but if I do, I have all winter to do so. Maybe I'll switch the heads out. You know, I'm happy it's running, but it looks like there is going to be a long road ahead of me in order to get this thing back up to tip-top shape, running correctly and doing what it's supposed to be doing incorrectly. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, because obviously if we have to take this sucker down, take the motor down and all that stuff and re-ring it or whatever the case may be, it's going to be a hell of a video segment for the channel. And I hope you guys are looking forward to it. If I do have to go that route, I'm kind of hoping I don't, but if I do, I do. And it is what it is. And while we're in here, we're going to do a whole bunch of other stuff that I ended up not doing before that I wanted to do, and I just was, you know, too much of in a rush to get the motor in from Red Rocket into this car and stuff. So there you have it. I still don't know what's going on with the wideband. I'm not really too concerned about that right now. All right, we have a little bit of an update before we end the video. I did actually fix the wideband. Basically, it just needed recalibrated, no big deal. And she is reading very rich, 13.2, 13.3 rich. That is stupid rich. She needs to be more up into the 14s and 15s right there. This is at idle, as you can see. There you go. That is at idle. So she is really stupid rich. I'm gonna give her just a little bit of gas here. Yeah, that's rich. That is really rich. No load. Oh, yeah, she goes back to being pretty rich again. That's probably why it's smoking, because of how rich it is. Definitely need to lean it out a good bit. My O2s, my narrow bands are working because my LTFTs are working, which is freaking awesome. But yeah, So we're just gonna keep, as Sen Steve likes to say, who's calling me, we're gonna keep plugging and chugging and see what we can do with this damn car. But other than that, guys, just a nice little video showing what's going on here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Instagram, Diablo Formula Racing, and deuces, guys.